To be known soon. Government does not interfere in OPR decisions. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said today that he would announce the date for the dissolution of Parliament soon to pave the way for the 15th General Election or GE15. Now speaking at the launching of the Barisan Nasional BN Youth Machinery in the nation's capital, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri, who is UMNO Vice President, asked to be given a bit more time to decide on the timing of GE15 together with UMNO President Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi. He said UMNO's top 5 leaders would meet soon to set the date.
Saya mendengar dengan jelas, top 5 pun ada, semua ada di sini. Timbalan Presiden salah seorang daripada top 5, naik Presiden sebagai top 5, dua-dua pun ada di sini, 5 ada di sini, dan insya-Allah dalam waktu terdekat kita akan berjumpa untuk berbincang perkara ini. Yang penting apabila Parlimen dibubarkan, yang penting apabila pilihan raya diadakan, kita mesti menang. Itu yang paling penting. Jikalau pilihan raya diadakan dan kita tidak mampu menguasai kerusi untuk membentuk kerajaan, kita akan kembali seperti sebelum PRU ke-14.
Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri added that the high spirits displayed by the youth would make it easier for himself and UMNO President Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi to set the date. Now, also present at the event were BN Deputy Chairman and UMNO Deputy President Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan, MCA President Datuk Seri Dr. Wee Ka Siong, and MIC President Tan Sri S.A. Gigdeswaran. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob has described the lively national-level Malaysia Day 2022 celebrations as a manifestation of the country's revival after struggling with various challenges in previous years. He said that the celebration held at the Bandar Hilir Independence Proclamation Memorial Square, Melaka last night was very meaningful and evoked memories of the moment when the first Prime Minister, Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra Al-Haj, proclaimed independence. The Premier also said he felt touched by the extraordinary high number of participants in the celebrations, which comprise people from various walks of life, regardless of race and religion. Now, this was evident that Keluarga Malaysia embodies a high level of patriotism and harmonious spirit. The Malaysia Day celebration showcased the unique fashion theme of the 50s and 60s, which was chosen to mark the day commemorating the formation of Malaysia. Now, this is the first time that the celebration, which was attended by over 20,000 people, was held on the peninsula, with Melaka playing host to the glittering event. Communications and Multimedia Minister Tan Sri Anwar Musa described the national-level Malaysia Day 2022 celebrations yesterday as an awesome success. He said the event was festive and managed to successfully interpret the spirit of Keluarga Malaysia.
Sambutan selama ini satu pernyataan yang kita gunakan ialah awesome. Ya, saya rasa satu persembahan yang baik, yang reflect kepelbagaian kaum, yang reflect ciri-ciri kehidupan ketiga-tiga wilayah Semenanjung, Sabah dan Sarawak.
Tan Sri Anwar, who is also the main committee for National Day and Malaysia Day 2022 celebration chairman, said that Melaka's choice as host was in line with its status as the country's main tourism state. He said that the response was overwhelming, with visitors exceeding the initial target of 20,000 people, and the wide screens around the location of the celebrations allowed visitors to be entertained during the event. The minister took the opportunity to thank all musicians and artists who kept everyone entertained, dignitaries and visitors alike. On another note, Tan Sri Anwar announced the forming of the Malaysian Film and Music Advisory Council. Now, its objective is to formulate more proactive forward policies to assist industry players in the country. Tan Sri Anwar explained that the new council is formed as the country's film and music industry is experiencing a new surge in the post-COVID-19 age. Now, citing the recent mega-hit success of the Mat Kilau Kebangkitan Pahlawan film, which amassed nearly 100 million ringgit in ticket sales, he said this proves that the industry has great potential to be developed further.
Jadi untuk maju ke hadapan industri perfilman ini kita perlukan tenaga-tenaga pakar untuk memberi nasihat kepada kerajaan dan industri. Jadi kita telah memilih lebih kurang 7 orang atau 10 orang daripada industri perfilman dan lagi 7 ke 10 orang daripada industri muzik. Kerana industri muzik juga satu industri yang besar di setengah negara. Jadi anggota-anggota dalam majlis industri perfilman dan muzik ini membentuk satu majlis penasihat.
He was speaking to reporters after opening the I Limau State Constituency Malaysia Day celebration at I Limau State Constituency Development and Coordination Committee Complex, or Japarun, in Alugajah, Melaka today. Now, traders are reminded not to misuse the halal logo on their products as a tool to increase sales. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department of Religious Affairs, Datuk Idris Ahmad, said that these traders should not cheat in this matter, as it is not about preventing others from consuming their products, but what's important is to protect the rights of Muslims.
Dari segi kualiti barang yang kamu keluar tadi boleh mudaratkan orang ramai. Makanan yang kamu buat tadi, kalau kita ikut macam mana prosedur yang ada kepada pihak JAKIM dan pihak halal negeri, kita dapat lihat SOP dia begitu ketat sekali. Bukan saya mudah-mudah. Kita tak, hatta kalau di kalangan orang Melayu sendiri, orang Islam ni pun dia nak ambil berkenaan dengan halal ni, kita kena ikut juga dia punya SOP dia.
He said this to reporters after officiating at Yayasan Dakwah Islamiyah Malaysia, or YADIM's Nadwa Ulama and Ilmuwan Conference in Putrajaya today. Datuk Idris said this when asked to comment on the candy product packaging that uses a logo not recognised by the Department of Islamic Development Malaysia, or JAKIM, while it contained non-halal ingredients. Earlier, JAKIM's Halal Hub division, in a Facebook post on 11th of September, confirmed that the candy product used a halal logo that was not recognised by the department. Numerous initiatives have been implemented as proactive measures ahead of the monsoon season, which begins in October or November this year. Now, Energy and Natural Resources Minister Datuk Sri Taqiyuddin Hassan said the construction of the Nenggiri Dam at Gua Musang is expected to resolve flood issues which have plagued Kelantan.
Kajian pusat macam di bawah kementerian saya sendiri, salah satu inisiatif yang kita telah buat ialah membina empangan Nenggiri yang telah dilancarkan baru-baru ini, yang mana empangan Nenggiri ini dia ada 3 fungsi. Satunya dari segi tenaga hidro, yang keduanya dari segi perairan, tanaman dan juga minuman, yang ketiganya tempatan banjir di sini. Jadi itu yang dibuat oleh kerajaan sekarang ni lah untuk mengenangani masalah banjir.
He further explained that the National Disaster Management Agency, or NADMA, has also been instructed to identify locations suitable to be made temporary relief shelters as an added measure to prepare for any circumstances. In addition, early flood warning systems will also be improved, especially in high-risk areas. Datuk Sri Taqiyuddin, who is Kota Baru MP, said this after launching the Kota Baru Cheap Sale Carnival today. The Immigration Department has found that some ethnic Rohingyas have entered the country using the services of agents who would also take them to the UNHCR office to obtain the refugee card. Immigration Director General Datuk Sri Khairuzami Daud said the matter would be scrutinised by a committee at the Home Ministry for further action.
dan mereka mengaku bahawa yang menguruskan kemasukan mereka ini ialah ejen, dan ejen-ejen ini juga menguruskan perjalanan mereka ke pejabat UNHCR di Kuala Lumpur untuk diproses kad-kad.
The involvement of these agents were brought to light after Datuk Sri Khairu Zaimi spoke to some of the Rohingya UNHCR cardholders in an operation at Tasik Gelugor, Pulau Pinang early Saturday morning. They had paid the agent between 5,000 and 7,000 ringgit per person, believing that they had purchased the cards, but in actuality, they had paid the agents involved in managing their entry. During the operation, the Immigration Department inspected 36 foreign nationals working at the site and detained 25 of them for immigration-related offences. Now, a couple detained yesterday on suspicion of abusing their 8-year-old nephew and 6-year-old niece at a condominium in Taman Cahaya, Ampang has been remanded for 7 days. Ampang Jaya District Police Chief ACP Muhammad Farouk Ishak said the husband and wife have been remanded from today till Friday to assist in investigations. He said the remand order on the two suspects, aged 29 and 33, was issued by Magistrate Amalina Basira Matop in the Ampang Jaya Magistrates Court this morning. Yesterday, police detained the two suspects at about 6 p.m. for allegedly abusing the two siblings. The female suspect is the younger sister of the children's biological mother and had been taking care of the two siblings following the death of their father 2 years ago. Earlier, an 8-year-old boy who was alone at home tried to jump and escape from the window of a unit on the 4th floor of the condominium. Now, following that, firemen broke into the apartment with the help of the police and managed to save the boy. Coming up next, KUSKOP proposes 7 new initiatives for Budget 2023. Now, the government does not intervene in decisions on the overnight policy rate or OPR. Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz said the matter is determined by Bank Negara Malaysia's BNM Monetary Policy Committee or MPC. The country's OPR is now at 2.5% after BNM raised 75 basis points since January compared to 3% before the COVID-19 pandemic. He also refuted allegations that claim the OPR increase is only meant to benefit banks.
Ini mengingati semua, maklumkan semua bahawa OPR ini bukan kerajaan yang buat keputusan untuk OPR. OPR ini bawah Akta Bank Negara 2009 adalah ditentukan oleh Monetary Policy Committee ataupun jawatan kuasa monetary jawatan kuasa monetary di bawah Bank Negara. OPR tak ada kena-mena dengan bank. Ya. OPR naik, bank pun kena bayar kadar faedah lebih tinggi kepada pendeposit.
He also explained that the current OPR is still low compared to other countries, which has experienced a rise of over 200 basis points. The finance minister in turn expressed confidence that the Malaysian economy will be able to achieve the official 2022 gross domestic product or GDP growth projection of between 5.3% and 6.3%. Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul was met after officiating the Ministry of Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives 2022 Entrepreneurs and Cooperatives Tour Program in Kuala Selangor today. Meanwhile, Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul has urged cooperatives to grab opportunities to invest in public listed companies. He said 90 registered cooperatives have made investment applications worth 1.43 billion ringgit to the Malaysia Cooperative Societies Commission or SKM, and 620 cooperatives have invested in initial public offerings or IPO totaling 14.31 billion ringgit. He said cooperatives need to be bold and creative in their abilities to develop new business models to explore green technology in line with the current shift in interest of the world community. The effort is also in line with the government's commitment to ensure that green technology becomes the driver of the country's economic growth for sustainable development.
Gerakan koperasi adalah salah satu growth engine yang menyumbang kepada KDNK negara yang dapat mentransformasi dan memperkasakan ekonomi masyarakat setempat. Elemen kreativiti, elemen keupayaan untuk mengolah modal perniagaan yang baru perlu digerakkan oleh koperasi semaksimum mungkin dengan mengambil langkah berani dalam menerokai teknologi hijau seiring dengan peralihan minat masyarakat dunia ketika ini.
The Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives Ministry, or KUSCOP, has proposed 7 new initiatives that focus on the comprehensive development of entrepreneurs in Budget 2023. Now, as Minister Tan Sri Nur Omar said, he had previously held an engagement session with the Finance Ministry to propose these initiatives. He said the 7 new initiatives were reached out to entrepreneurs, including graduates and some other groups. He hoped to get 2 or 3 of the 7 proposed initiatives approved.
Inisiatif baru ni saya telah minta supaya kita dapat beri peluang kepada golongan-golongan inilah. Tapi saya tak boleh bagi detail sebab saya tak tahu. Nanti saya umum nanti tak dapat susah juga. Jadi kita dapat lebar urus dan kita haraplah daripada 7 yang kita cadang tu dapat beberapa dasar baru ni dah cukup baik untuk PMKS.
He said this to reporters after the ministry's Entrepreneurs and Cooperatives Tour program in Kuala Selangor today, officiated by Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz. Elaborating, Tan Sri Nur said the new initiatives would assist all types of entrepreneurs, including informal and micro entrepreneurs and small and medium enterprises. Still ahead, owner of Vietnam bar arrested after blaze that killed 32.
With the MERS 999 application system, getting emergency assistance is now easier. Save Me 999 Police connects the Malaysian public to the police. Save Me 999 Deaf for those with hearing or speech impairments. And Save Me 999 Blind for those with visual impairments. Download now for free on your smartphones. MERS 999 and applications make emergency calls easier.
The Vietnamese authorities have arrested the owner of a karaoke bar where a fire killed 32 people earlier this month, police said on Saturday. Now, the blaze ripped through a 3-story entertainment venue north of commercial hub Ho Chi Minh City's 11 days ago. 17 people were injured, with many suffering broken bones after the flames forced them to jump from the roof. Binh Duong Provincial Police on Saturday confirmed in a statement that bar owner Lee An Suan, 42, was arrested a day earlier and faces criminal charges related to breaching fire prevention regulations. He will be held in custody for 4 months while the investigation continues. While 15 of the injured have been discharged from hospital, 2 of the most seriously hurt are still receiving medical treatment. The bodies of the 32 people killed have been handed over to their families. 60 people were inside a 30-room bar when the fire erupted. Authorities initially blamed an electrical short circuit for the blaze, but said the bar had met all fire safety standards in checks over the past 3 years. Vietnam has experienced several deadly fires in recent years, including 2 at karaoke bars in Hanoi, prompting the Prime Minister to order an inspection of all high-risk venues. Indonesian rescuers have recovered 7 bodies after a landslide at an illegal gold mine buried an estimated 20 people, officials said on Saturday. Now, the victims were mining gold on a bare hillside when the landslide triggered by heavy rain struck the area on the west of Borneo Island in West Kalimantan province. Unlicensed mines are common across the mineral-rich Southeast Asian archipelago, where abandoned sites attract locals who scrounge for leftover gold ore without using proper safety equipment. Now, mining accidents occur frequently in Indonesia due to landslides, especially during the monsoon. The tragedy happened Thursday, but word did not immediately filter out of the remote location. Local police said they had managed to identify 4 of the recovered bodies, and the search for other victims was continuing with help from local people and the victims' families. In April, 12 women miners at an illegal gold mine in North Sumatra province were killed when a cliff collapsed and triggered a landslide. Last year, 6 miners died when another unauthorized gold mine collapsed in Parigi Mutong on the island of Sulawesi. 11 miners in Sumatra were killed in 2020 when heavy rains triggered a landslide. Coming up in sport, Panggon looking for options ahead of priority assignments. National coach Kim Panggon wants a bigger pool of quality players ahead of the AFF Cup in November and the Asian Cup next year. And the South Korean will use next week's Kings Cup to test newcomers and those returning to the national team when they face Thailand in the opening match in Chiang Mai on the 22nd of September. Young bloods such as Rahadi Azli Rahalim, Azam Azmi Murad, Bukhari Ajmal Mahadi, Kalamullah Al-Hafiz Matrawi, Sharul Nazim Zulpaka, Brendan Gunn, Zafri Yahya and Declan Lambert are the new faces this time around. According to Panggon, he would want to use the Kings Cup to test the newcomers in the team.
This Kings Cup, I want to use this opportunity to see a little bit more young and someone I know, but I couldn't get them. When I see the player, I saw characteristics, very important. So what kind of character he has, did that character can be fit with us or not? This is, even though he play only 10 minutes, if he's a very good character, like talented, I'm very excited to put him in our scouting list.
Malaysia have played 7 matches with a 71% winning rate, having won 5 matches including victories over Turkmenistan, Hong Kong and the Philippines under Panggon. Now, met by reporters, Panggon said the door is still open for those who impress in the M League. Except for Johor Darul Takzim's Sharul Saad, the other 24 trainees reported for centralised training at Wisma FAM in Kerana Jaya. Now, the team will depart for Chiang Mai on the 20th of September. Now, Aston Villa eased the pressure on under-fire boss Steven Gerrard with a 1-0 win over Southampton on Friday as the Premier League returned following the death of Queen Elizabeth II. Now, the English top flight was back in action for the first time since the Queen died aged 96, with last weekend's games postponed as a mark of respect. While the Queen's death cast a long shadow over the Premier League's return, Villa manager Gerrard could not afford to be distracted as he fights to save his job. Jacob Ramsey's first half winner against Southampton was a huge boost for Gerrard, whose side started the day 1 place above the relegation zone. Now, Villa's first win in 5 league games came after an impressive draw with champions Manchester City in their last match 2 weeks ago. For only the second time in their last 11 matches dating back to last season, Villa finished with 3 points as they benefited from a first clean sheet in 12 games. Now, Ecuador will play at the 2022 World Cup after FIFA dismissed an appeal in the case of Ecuadorian player Byron Castillo, whom Chile claimed was ineligible to play during the qualifier. Now, the Chilean Football Association, or ANFP, had appealed FIFA's decision to dismiss their complaint that Castillo was born in Tumaco, Colombia in 1995 and not in the Ecuadorian city of General Villamil Playas in 1998, as stated on his official documents. FIFA in a statement said after thoroughly analysing the submissions of all parties and at the hearing conducted, the appeal committee deemed that on the basis of the documents presented, the player was to be considered as holding permanent Ecuadorian nationality in accordance with FIFA regulations governing the application of the statutes. The Chile appealed the decision on the 1st of July and recently urged FIFA to speed up the process before they were assigned a hearing last Thursday. Castillo played in 8 of Ecuador's 18 qualifying games for the World Cup. Ecuador picked up 14 of their 26 points in matches Castillo played. Losing points for the games in which Castillo appeared would have meant they missed out on a place in Qatar. Ecuador are in Group A alongside hosts Qatar, Senegal and the Netherlands. Final item on golf, two-time major winner Dustin Johnson fired a 9-under par 63 to seize a 3-stroke lead after Friday's opening round of the LIV Golf Chicago Invitational. The 38-year-old American enjoyed a bogey-free 18 holes to start the 54-hole event at Rich Harvest Farms, with the winner set to collect $4 million from a $25 million purse. Johnson, coming off his first LIV golf victory 2 weeks ago at Boston, started off the first tee at the shotgun start and made birdies at the par 5 second and par 3 third holes. The Johnson, the 2020 Masters and 2016 US Open champion, reeled off 4 consecutive birdies starting at the 6th and followed by a 10-footer at 7, a 12-footer at 8 and a 6-footer at the 9th. After finding greenside rough at the par 5 11th, Johnson chipped to 2 feet and tapped in for birdie, then sanked a 10-foot birdie putt at 12. Johnson was threatening the LIV golf record low round of 62 by England's Lee Westwood in the final round at Boston, but had 5 pars and a 5-foot birdie putt at the 15th to close the round. Australia's third-ranked Cameron Smith, who won the British Open in July at St Andrews, was second on 66. American Matthew Wolff was third on 67. That's it from us this evening. In our top story, dissolution of Parliament to be known soon. Join us again for updates at noon at 12:30 tomorrow. Till then, I'm Jessica Lee. Have a good night.